This technique also is kind of neat because part of what we did can be used to make the most popular bass lure on the market today, what's called the Alabama rig, which really came from something called a tuna spreader or a spreader rig. I've got a small mold here, and I've got some wire. This is .035. I've measured off about 2 feet. What I'm going to do is take a couple of chunks about 2 feet long, and then another one about maybe 2/3 that length. Just pop it off. Okay, I've got a whole pile of wire here. Now I'm going to take, this is a rivet, that's a crescent wrench. I'm just going to go like this. Aluminum rivet, I might add. You want the aluminum nail, the other ones don't come out very easily. I'm going to use this little rivet just as a guide. I'm going to take these 2 wires that I've cut that are about the same length and just sort of go like so. So I've just got a nice little bend here, little bend here. I'm going to place all the ends of the wire on the rivet. Just slide that on down, and I'm going to choose one of them to be my main connecting point. So I'll pull one back a little further. And I'm going to take my last wire, and I've just got room in this rivet for that wire. Slide it through. And I'm going to make a really sharp bend in this end so that it doesn't pull out. See what that little bend looks like? And I'll see how it kind of gets positioned in the mold. I'm going to take a crimp just to hold it in place so it doesn't move any place. I'm going to dust this mold with a little bit of powder. That'll make a red and then a gold. I'm going to mix up a little bit of super plastic, and I'm not going to dye it. This stuff is just a little bit heavier than water. But if I wanted to make it like really heavy, I could either add tungsten powder, and in the case of this one I think I'm going to just add some BBs. I've got about an ounce of shot weight out there. I'll use half of it. I'm going to mix this up very thoroughly. It sets in about 10 minutes, but I'd rather have it in the cup than in the mold sometimes. And this one I haven't taken the trouble to make a brace for it yet. But there's different things you can do to sort of manage this. One of them is to put a washer around it, or I could put another rivet up here to keep them straight. In this case, I'm just going to kind of pour it and hold it. In the meantime, I'll just get this kind of straightened out. And then I've made a slot in here, which I have to find. And I'm going to pour this only to the depth of my top of my rivet. There we go. I can tell this stuff is just about ready to set up, so I'm going to dump my BBs in right now. Okay, this is all set up, and there's the head on our Alabama rig. Looks kind of like a rainbow trout, doesn't it? Now I'm going to quickly, I've mixed up some 5-minute epoxy here with a little Alumidust in it, and I'm just going to put it in there. I'll take my eyeballs, just stick them in there. There. And now all one would have to do to finish it up would be to bend these arms out how you want them bent. Usually they put the longest one in the middle, but that's up to you. You made it, you can do whatever you want. These would be spread out, and if you don't know what this is, go to any of the magazines or internet and look up Bama rig or Alabama style rig, spreader rig. There we go. Now there would be a swim bait or something, maybe even a spinner blade, whatever you want, tied to each one of these things. Some may or may not have hooks in them, maybe they all do. But anyway, this is what it looks like when you get done. Really, really simple. Make any head shape that you want, or any weight.